I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy, because it's tough when it's almost over.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to distract you, to make you laugh, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words. So I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million. I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
Did Jim Carrey just risk it all by dragging Will Smith into an FBI investigation? And why is Jamie Foxx stepping in with a chilling warning that's turning heads across Hollywood?
I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy, because it's tough when it's almost over.
Carrey, no stranger to controversy, dropped a bombshell that links Will Smith to alleged Hollywood scandals.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
But why now? And what does Jamie Foxx know about Will Smith that's making him so desperate to silence Carrey?
And then I saw acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
In an unexpected twist, Jim Carrey, a guy famous for spilling Hollywood's darkest secrets, has taken it upon himself to warn Will Smith, the hip-hop legend who's also been calling out the entertainment industry's shady side. Word on the street is that there's been tension between these two for years. This isn't just about egos clashing, it's deeper than that. Will reportedly finds Jim's unpredictability hard to handle. Unlike most celebs who follow Hollywood's unwritten rules, Jim Carrey doesn't hold back. He's known for speaking his mind, whether it's about Hollywood's hypocrisy or calling out award shows. His honesty keeps people on edge. And for Will, who's all about keeping a polished image, it's apparently unsettling.
People on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track.
The drama hit its peak in 2022 after the Oscar slap incident. When Will slapped Chris Rock, Jim Carrey didn't sugarcoat his reaction. He slammed the Academy for giving Will a standing ovation, and even said Hollywood had lost its moral compass. This didn't sit well with Will. Insiders say he felt betrayed, especially since he thought Jim was on his side. The criticism only made things worse between them.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
Now here's the plot twist. Rumor has it that back in the 90s, Jim Carrey snagged a role Will really wanted. Both were still climbing the ladder back then, and losing out on that part reportedly left Will feeling bitter. Some say this sparked a quiet rivalry, with Will low-key resenting Jim ever since. To make matters worse, Jim's natural ability to steal the spotlight doesn't help.
And depression is your body saying, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created.
But it's not just Jim's talent that bothers Will, it's his boldness. Jim Carrey isn't afraid to say what's on his mind, no matter the fallout. For Will, who's always careful about his public image, Jim's unpredictability is nerve-wracking. Insiders claim Will's worried that one day Jim might spill even more of Hollywood's dirty secrets. In an industry where appearances are everything, Will's cautious approach couldn't be more different from Jim's carefree attitude.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy. And
Jim Carrey hasn't held back when it comes to criticizing Hollywood's lack of backbone. He's even hinted that Will Smith's rise to stardom might not be as clean as it seems. According to Carrey, Will's success could be tied to questionable choices, which might explain why the industry seems to shield him. Carrey suggested that without this protection, Will might have faced harsher consequences for the Oscar slap, possibly even a permanent ban from the event.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
In an interview, Carrey pointed out how Chris Rock decided not to press charges after being slapped, claiming Rock did it just to avoid the hassle.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
This decision raised eyebrows among fans. Could there be more to why Chris Rock chose not to sue Will Smith? Some believe Rock's choice might have everything to do with Will's alleged influence in Hollywood. Rumor has it that Will operates under a kind of protection, shielding him from serious repercussions. Some speculate that this confidence in his untouchable status might have emboldened Will to take such a shocking step in the first place. And the rumors about this so-called protection don't stop there. For years, whispers have circulated about how Will allegedly climbed the Hollywood ladder, with claims suggesting involvement in secretive rituals. These theories gained traction thanks to outspoken figures like Jaguar Wright, who've called out the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
It doesn't help that other voices have joined the conversation. Bilal, Will's former assistant and friend, has also made some jaw-dropping allegations, adding fuel to the fire.
And then I saw acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
All this speculation might shed light on Jada Pinkett Smith's recent revelations. In a surprising twist, Jada admitted that she and Will have been living separate lives since 2016, despite keeping up appearances as a couple. During a preview for her NBC News special and her memoir Worthy, Jada opened up about the struggles in their marriage. The cracks in their relationship began to show in 2016. That year, Chris Rock made headlines for roasting Jada during the Oscars. Rock even claimed Jada asked him to boycott the event because Will didn't get a Best Actor nomination for Concussion.
Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad? She said it's not fair.
Back in 2016, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and other Hollywood stars boycotted the Oscars, calling out the lack of diversity in the nominations. This protest gave rise to the viral #OscarsSoWhite movement. But Chris Rock, who hosted that year, didn't hold back. He poked fun at Jada, joking, "Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited." Rock didn't stop there. He also joked, "It's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." Later, Jada reflected on the incident and shared her perspective. She revealed that after the Oscars, she and Chris Rock had a phone conversation where they apologized to each other. Jada admitted she hadn't fully understood the pressure Chris was under as the host. She thought reaching out beforehand to check in on him might have avoided any bad blood. During the call, Rock apologized for his jokes, and Jada apologized for not being more thoughtful about his position. "I thought we were good, that the hatchet was buried," Jada said. After that, they didn't speak again, until the infamous Oscars slap in 2022. Following the slap, Jada claimed Rock apologized to her once more, trying to smooth things over yet again. Now, this attracted the public's attention that immediately after slapping, one can issue an apology also. The people have been speculating that this is all because of the power Will Smith holds. Well, his control is not only limited to the industry, but on his wife, too. After their initial rift, Jada and Chris talked it out during the call, and Jada believed the matter was settled. Yet, following the 2016 Oscars incident, rumors about Jada and Will Smith's potential divorce began circulating. In an unexpected turn of events, Chris Rock reportedly asked Jada out on a date. She shared this revelation with people, believing that the situation had been resolved at that point. She described how every summer, reports would circulate about her and Will Smith getting a divorce. She said, "Every summer, all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce." During one particular summer, Chris Rock assumed that they were indeed divorcing and decided to reach out to her. He expressed his interest in taking her out. Jada recalled, "And this particular summer, Chris Rock, he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and basically he was like, 'I'd love to take you out.'" To which Jada responded with confusion, asking, "What do you mean?" Chris explained, "Aren't you and Will getting a divorce?" Jada clarified that these were just rumors and there were no divorce plans. Chris was taken aback by the misunderstanding and profusely apologized. However, in that same year, Jada and Will were not residing together, and this revelation has recently come to light, as Jada herself has openly discussed it, fueling the growing speculation that she and Chris were involved in something during that period.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was...
According to her, she and her husband Will Smith have been leading entirely separate lives since 2016, as revealed in an interview with Hoda Kotb. This high-profile Hollywood couple, who tied the knot in 1997, have previously acknowledged their periods of separation and marital challenges, but never in such explicit terms. While it's not a formal divorce, Pinkett Smith explained to Kotb in a video snippet released on Today that it essentially resembles a divorce in all but the legal paperwork. It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce, host Hoda Kotb said, which Pinkett Smith confirmed. She also revealed they live separately. Pinkett Smith explained why the two never formally announced a separation. "I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out." Now fans have swiftly jumped to the conclusion that her separation from Will was linked to her close relationship with Chris, given that she apparently resolved the issue with a simple phone call. One person wrote, "Please don't look to others as couples' goals. You don't know why they got together. You don't know what they go through. You don't know why they left. Just focus on being healthy and having healthy relationships for yourself." Another one added, "This is straight up A. She gets off on dragging Will's name through the mud and won't leave him alone. It's actually disgusting. She is so evil." But the evidence suggests something else, which has apparently nothing to do with Chris. Some sources have suggested that their relationship was shaken because of Will's alleged extramarital affairs with men and women both. Recently, Will Smith has been in the spotlight thanks to some unexpected and eye-opening allegations about connections he's reportedly had over the years. These claims have sparked tons of discussion, and as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Adding fuel to the intrigue, Will himself has hinted at wanting to escape the constraints of his marriage.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your...
You kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Being part of a famously unconventional family with unique marriage dynamics is one thing, but it's a whole different story when rumors swirl that your partner may be involved in secretive relationships. That's exactly what seems to be brewing in the Smith household, and now Jada has chosen to set the record straight.
Yes. It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
It all started with Will's breakout role in 6 Degrees of Separation, where he played a charming con artist. The film gained extra attention when word got out that a kissing scene between Will and co-star Anthony Michael Hall had been cut from the final version. This sparked endless speculation. Was Will avoiding the scene to dodge scrutiny of his own preferences? The rumors only grew over the years, leaving the truth a mystery.
That Will Smith is... that they do this, and that.
Furthermore, in a 2020 interview, Will contradicted his earlier statements about not fully immersing himself in the character, asserting that he wholeheartedly embraced the method acting approach for 6 Degrees of Separation.
You train your mind through blocking out Will and only living as the character.
In a recent development, Tisha Campbell has come forward with allegations that Will Smith was involved in extramarital relationships with her former spouse, Dwayne Martin. She took to Instagram to share an image regarding this matter. In her post, Tisha pointed out that the truth always comes out in the end, no matter how many times someone lies. This prompted one of her devotees to reply, "Thank you even though they lie in the end." In response to this person, Tisha said, "And you're right, they will lie till the end. The real kiki is, people will stop believing them." Tisha's decision to type Will in all caps raised suspicions that she might be indirectly referencing Will and Jada in her post. Many quickly assumed that this could imply an alleged affair between Will and Tisha's former spouse, Dwayne Martin, who also happens to be a close friend of the Gemini Man actor. Furthermore, YouTuber Trisha Paytas made allegations against Will Smith, claiming that he intentionally caused harm to her male dancers. She specifically said, "How about worry about your daughter being in bed at 13 with her 20-year-old boyfriend? How about worry about your cheating husband one of my male dancers when they didn't want to?
How about worry about your cheating husband my male dancers, when they didn't want to? How about talk about that?"
In any case, another person who has experienced this gay side of the industry is Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has long been a guest at Diddy's infamous parties, events that have been the subject of wild rumors for years. Some say these parties weren't just about music and fun, they were far more sinister. For those in the know, Diddy's lavish lifestyle comes with a price. Many celebrities who have attended these gatherings often left with more than just memories. Insiders have whispered for years that Diddy exerts control over those closest to him, either through blackmail, influence, or worse. And Jamie Foxx? Well, he was one of Diddy's frequent guests, which made people wonder what exactly was going on behind closed doors. In fact, there was a time when Diddy allegedly forced Jamie Foxx to play a game of naked basketball. Yes, you heard that right, naked basketball. Diddy, known for his wild parties and larger-than-life personality, supposedly came up with this crazy idea to break the ice and make the night unforgettable.
If you want to know like who was probably at these games, just look at like who P. Diddy and Jamie Foxx have been hanging around for years, especially the super successful ones.
Now, can you imagine being at that party? Talk about taking things to a whole new level. Say what you will, but Diddy certainly knows how to throw an unforgettable bash. The big question, though, is, did Jamie Foxx actually go through with it? Well, it seems that Jamie was a good sport and didn't shy away from the challenge. He embraced the moment and jumped right into the game of naked basketball.
He would invite over a lot of Hollywood's elite to his house for a basketball game, but it was men only.
Wow. That's definitely pushing boundaries and stepping way out of your comfort zone. But hey, when you're with Diddy and other A-listers, anything can happen, right? But here's the thing. This wasn't Jamie's first time at one of Diddy's infamous parties. In fact, an old clip of Jamie Foxx revealing shocking details from one of Diddy's creepy parties resurfaced online last year.
Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this shit, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? what you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, Fonz, the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me.
Back in the early days of Jamie's entertainment career, when he was still trying to break into the music industry, he attended one of Diddy's exclusive parties in Beverly Hills. Jamie, always sharp, brought a camera along, hoping to document the night. And when he asked Diddy for permission to film, Diddy was all for it.
What? You spent $1.5 million on this party? I said, you come to my house, I'll throw you a party for $400. And it will rival this, not in...
This wasn't just any party. It cost a jaw-dropping $1.5 million with a guest list full of A-list celebrities arriving in luxury cars. Jamie followed Diddy into the lavish pool party, and the first person his camera caught was none other than Dr. Ruth, the famous Hollywood therapist. Sensing a golden moment, Jamie got Dr. Ruth to have a spontaneous conversation with Diddy right on camera. And then, out of nowhere, Dr. Ruth and Diddy hit the dance floor by the pool, vibing to Beyoncé's Crazy in Love. The scene was electric, the crowd loving it, and even Jamie Foxx gave a nod to the energy and spirit of the night while honoring the late Heavy D. Jamie wasn't just a guest, though. He took on the role of teaching Diddy how to party on a budget. His stories about showing Diddy how to throw an amazing party without spending a fortune have become legendary. In fact, Jamie even shared the story on The Colbert Show, reminiscing about how he turned Diddy into a thrifty party pro. But aside from teaching Diddy how to party on a budget, Jamie also revealed that Diddy's parties were the craziest he had ever been to. These parties were more than just expensive. They were also a hotbed of unusual behavior, seemingly orchestrated by Diddy to fulfill his S fantasies. In any case, Jim Carrey's outspoken nature and refusal to conform have made him a threat to the Hollywood establishment. You see, Jim Carrey's journey from bringing laughter to the world to being labeled eccentric by the media has been incredibly intriguing. However, recent insiders' claims suggest that there might be more to this story than meets the eye. The star of Dumb and Dumber, renowned for his vibrant energy and comedic talent, is reportedly causing concern among his close friends due to his increasingly reclusive lifestyle, leading to worries about his well-being.
Those things. I do believe in manifestation, power of that kind of stuff, but I don't believe that any of it matters. You know, this mattering is to me a...
On his 62nd birthday, Jim Carrey made a rare public appearance looking disheveled and hardly recognizable, prompting his friends to gather around him to offer support. According to a source cited by the National Enquirer, the comedian has been spending time in Hawaii and is hiding away, showing very little interest in anything Hollywood has to offer. The insider expressed concern, stating, "It's a big worry for the many folks who care about Jim, who's had some seriously rough moments these past few years." The source added that Carrey tends to self-isolate and withdraw. Observing Carrey's appearance, the insider remarked that the former actor seems to have taken a beating both physically and mentally. The concerns about Jim Carrey's well-being stem from his decision to step away from his Hollywood career as an actor-comedian and focus on pursuing art. In March 2022, the Ace Ventura star disclosed to Access Hollywood that he was probably retiring from acting. Carrey explained, "Well, I'm retiring. Yeah, probably. I'm being fairly serious. It depends. If the Angels bring some sort of script that's written in gold ink that says to me that it's going to be really important for people to see, I might continue down the road, but I'm taking a break." He further expressed, "I feel like, and this is something you might never hear another celebrity say as long as time exists, I have enough, I've done enough, I am enough." This shift in focus towards personal fulfillment through artistic endeavors seems to have prompted concern among his friends about his well-being and lifestyle. Behind the scenes, Carrey said he grappled with a revelation that Hollywood was far more than just lights, camera, and action. He began hinting at the industry's concealed agenda to mold actors into mere reflections of their on-screen personas, manipulating the line between fiction and reality. In interviews and public appearances, Carrey's comments have begun to raise eyebrows as he candidly admitted that he often found himself losing his own identity to the characters he portrayed.
If you go deep enough into those characters, you realize that your own character is pretty thin to begin with. Who's Jim Carrey? Oh, he doesn't exist there.
What's more, Jim recently revealed that Hollywood is a spineless industry. During a 2022 appearance at CBS Mornings, the actor-comedian told Gayle King on the show, I was sickened by the standing ovation. Felt like Hollywood is just spineless en masse," referring to the moment when Will Smith went to the stage to receive the Best Actor award for his role in King Richard, and was given a standing ovation for winning his first ever Oscar, even though he slapped Chris Rock on stage minutes earlier. He added, "And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore." He added that, had he been in Chris Rock's position, he would have sued Will Smith. "I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video was going to be there forever," Jim said. "It's going to be ubiquitous. You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words," Jim Carrey said on the show. But Jim Carrey wasn't the only one who spoke about this incident. Cat Williams also dropped some bombshells about Smith. In one explosive interview, Cat spilled the tea, hinting that Smith might be a power slave, doing whatever it takes to climb that celebrity ladder. Williams implied that there are puppeteers pulling Smith's strings, controlling his every move behind the scenes.
Will Smith is not the giant that he is solely on the merits of Will Smith or his family. There are 300 corporations that are a part of the Will Smith business. And if you are the people that are in business with him, when you decide that you're gonna do something, you can do it too.
He even suggested that the whole Oscar drama was a setup, a carefully orchestrated show to keep Smith in check. Williams emphasized that in the world of showbiz, where illusion often trumps reality, such stage dramas are more common than we might think. We have to understand that these are two giants in our field if you're a black person. This is the two guys, too big and too good to be involved in what they're in. That would make sense if it was me and Michael Blackson slapping each other, not Will Smith and Chris Rock. When two large boulders come together and you can't see Chris Rock winning at all, he's humiliated. If you were going to slap a comedian, he was the #1 to slap, head of the Coons, so slappable. If you're gonna slap him, you just need the greatest guy, the best guy, the one who's shown us his best behavior since the 90s. That guy is the one who will have to slap him in order for the type of ratings we need and attention to be on this thing.
If you were gonna slap a comedian, he was the #1 to slap. And if you're gonna slap him, you just need the greatest guy, the bestest guy.
Moreover, Williams suggested that Smith's decline in recent projects, such as the ill-fated After Earth with his son Jaden, signals a deliberate move by these puppeteers to discredit and sideline him. By orchestrating scenarios that lead to public scrutiny and professional setbacks, they effectively render Smith unemployable in the eyes of Hollywood's power brokers. They fiddle with the perception of the people, and that's part of the job. Back in the day, it used to be called propaganda. Now it's just called business. They don't say we gotta smear the candidate, they just smear him. Whoever made you is qualified to break you, that's the end of it. When they bought you and put you on that Fox show, it was because you were going to do this and only this. You'll never do that. As soon as you breached that, they done with you too. They decided they were finished with Will when he did After Earth with Jaden. From there, they've done what was necessary to take him from $20 million a movie to put him in a position where maybe it can appear he has a nervous breakdown and is now unemployable.
They had decided that they were finished with Will when he did After Earth with Jaden. And from there, they've done what was necessary to take him from a $20 million a movie to put him in a position where maybe it can appear he has a nervous breakdown and now is unemployable.
Drawing parallels to the ongoing controversies surrounding Diddy, Williams implies that both Smith and Diddy are victims of a system that chews up and spits out its brightest stars when they are no longer deemed useful. In any case, only one question remains: what will happen next? Will Jim's revelations lead to meaningful change, or will the industry continue to retaliate against him? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Jim Carrey is not backing down. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.